Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the Everton News Daily. Everton drew 2-2 with Leicester City last night in what was a very, very important match in Everton's fight against relegation. Obviously, both teams down there scrapping it out at the bottom. It, to me, felt like a missed opportunity. Despite leaving there unbeaten, it did feel like we let 2 points get away. And how many more of those opportunities have we gone? Have 4 games to go, and obviously 2 very, very difficult games coming up. What I would say was the performance was much better than it has been of late. Their goalkeeper definitely was man of the match, Everton. And, you know, that might give a lot of people hope. But like I say, the 2 points got away from me, given how good the performance was. Sean Dyche was speaking after the game about how he felt Everton had performed in this one.
Other than a couple of softer moments, I thought it was a very good performance. The will, the demand, but also some of the quality to create things. Very high the chance count, but I've always spoken about quality of chance, not just about long shots and all that. Very high quality chances. Very high entries into the box, very high in the final third. All the markers that usually bring a win, and they didn't. But we've got to keep doing that because there's a clear sign. There's a shift from the last game when I must say I thought it was a good performance until Newcastle went in front, and then we just literally lost our way. But that didn't happen tonight. We stayed solid to what we thought was right. Spoke to him at half time. I was really pleased. I said, look, this head scratcher, you're not in front. That's football. Said it's about staying calm and keeping with what we were doing in the first half, which we had a good spell in the middle without creating too much, but had a bit more of the ball. But the feel of the performance was really pleasing, and we've got to keep doing that.
There you go. He's right. Everton were better last night. We did have an opportunity, and again, just to back up what I said before, that's why it felt like 2 points off for me. There was obviously a very disappointing turn on the night with Seamus Coleman being stretched off. Still had nothing confirmation-wise on what his injury is. It looked a bad one. The manager did kind of allude to that in the TV interviews. This is what he said in his interview when asked about Seamus's injury last night.
Waiting on news. It doesn't look great. We'll wait on more details. Because I don't want to say too much until I actually know. But the way it was a twist, I haven't seen it back, but the lads had a look at it, the medics had a look at it, and it doesn't look great. So we'll just have to wait and see and hope for the very best for him. I mean, fantastic professional that he is, before my time, I'm sure, but certainly in my time. And I must say, not an easy game for Pat to go on, and I thought he was terrific when he came on.
Yeah, we wish Seamus a very speedy recovery. Hopefully it isn't too serious. One player who has come back from injury and scored last night from the penalty spot was Dominic Calvert-Lewin. I think Dom being back in the side just makes us look so much better. We look more of an attacking threat. Shows, for me anyway, if he'd have been fit most of the season, I don't think Everton would have been in the situation they find themselves in right now. This is what Sean Dyche had to say on Dominic Calvert-Lewin's performance last night.
Yeah, I mean, he missed one. He missed one that just took a nick as he missed it, but he's in the right areas, and I spoke about it when I first got here, and unfortunately he's had injuries, obviously, about, constantly getting him in the right areas. But his all-round game, he's looking fitter and stronger. It's not an easy situation, as you can imagine, because of his record in the past and his fitness levels. But I had this goal of getting him truly fit, but the last bit, and I've said this before, and your manager said the last bit is Premier League fitness. That's a bit, it's hard to get that moment. And you could clearly see tonight he's getting fitter and stronger, and he's running with a more powerful edge to him because we all know he's quick and he's a strong player. So, and I'm pleased.
There you go. Crystal Palace have joined Everton and Aston Villa in being interested in Stade Rennes midfield player Dion Lopy. The 21-year-old has been in excellent form this season. He's made 28 appearances in France. He's a Senegal international. Everton have been watching him for some time, obviously highly rated as well. Took Amadou Onana last summer from France. Lots of speculation on his future, of course, and Everton maybe trying to do a little bit of succession planning there with this one. But again, like with any link, depending on what division Everton are in, it would make a difference, obviously, if you're in a race with Crystal Palace and Aston Villa, who will definitely both be playing Premier League football next season. But he is highly rated and wants to keep an eye on. And finally, former Everton manager Sam Allardyce is back in Premier League football. This time he is the new boss of Leeds United. He's got 4 games to keep them up. The 68-year-old will reportedly receive 2.5 million if he manages to keep Leeds in the Premier League. And for him, it could be at the expense of Everton, which would be obviously sweet. He's been fuming that Everton sacked him in the summer of 2018. He's told enough people about how disappointed he is to receive the sack then, and he's got an opportunity to stick the knife in to Everton by keeping Leeds United up. So it's going to be a difficult task. They're in poor form, and I've got some bad games as well. But Sam Allardyce back in football with Leeds United. That is it for the News Daily. Give the video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, and why not become a Toffee TV Premier member? The link is in the description. The QR code will be on the screen now. See you later.